It was 2:47 a.m. when Nora boarded the nearly empty night bus. The driver didn't greet her, just stared ahead blankly. Only one seat remained. In the very back next to a man wearing a coat far too thick for the summer night, she sat beside him. But something felt wrong. He didn't breathe, didn't blink. When the bus passed under a flickering streetlight, she glanced at his face and realized he had no mouth, just a stretch of skin where it should be. She tried to move, but her body wouldn't respond. The other passengers turned to look at her, and none of them had faces either. The bus doors sealed shut. The driver smiled in the mirror. Nora jolted awake, gasping for air. Her heart pounded against her ribs, threatening to burst out. The dream clung to her. The image of the faceless man burned into her eyelids. But it was just a dream, she told herself, a figment of her overactive imagination. As she stumbled out of bed, the remnants of the dream still clung to her. The bus rumbling beneath her feet, the eerie silence of the night pressing against her ears. She needed to get out, to break the spell before it consumed her whole. Outside, the first light of dawn was just beginning to paint the sky. The city was stirring, coming alive with the promise of a new day. People were out, moving, talking, laughing. Their faces were a blur to Nora. All she could see were mouths moving, forming words she couldn't hear. Then she saw him. The faceless man from her dream was standing across the street, his coat a dark shadow against the rising sun. He was smiling, or at least she thought he was. How could she be sure? All she could see was the movement of his lips, the hint of teeth. He started to walk towards her, each step bringing him closer, pulling her into the nightmare she'd only just escaped. She wanted to scream, to run, but terror had frozen her in place. And then he was upon her, reaching out a hand that had no fingers, just a smooth, featureless expanse where flesh should be. His touch sent a jolt of electricity through her, and with a gasp, she woke up. The morning light streamed through her window, painting cheerful stripes across her bed. The faceless man was gone, but the dream lingered, the fears still fresh. The image of the night bus burned into her mind. It was just a dream, she whispered to herself, trying to convince herself. But even as she said the words, she knew they weren't true, because in the darkest corner of her mind, she heard the echo of the driver's laughter as the night bus rumbled on, carrying its faceless passengers into the endless night.